Good afternoon for the 5th time this season, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the WRL Season 6 Spanish Grand Prix. This is qualifying and we're well up in our delta, some 1.2 seconds after a medium qualifying lap. Now on the softs, we take provisional pole, and on our second set of softs, big gains through turn 3 should see us improving once again, and we need to because HSV is dangerously close and on another lap himself. Across the line we improved to a 20.6, and indeed if we hadn't, HSV would have taken pole for Ferrari. So it's 1 and 3 for McLaren, no warnings on my quick laps. Hopefully a good result for McLaren coming up here, with Murph lining up directly behind us in third. Not the greatest start for us, and indeed Murph and HSV with fantastic starts, so we might be under threat into turn 1. It's a long run. Hopefully our wings will not allow us to be absolutely mugged. We've gone deep into the corner, gone around the outside, and it looks like we still have the lead. In fact, HSV's been fired off the road into the gravel, so terrible start for the Ferrari driver. Waffles with a fantastic start, although as we look back after this turn here, we'll see a problem for him, as our teammate does nudge him off the road a little bit there, and Waffles would indeed go down to the back of the field. We try and escape, which we do with the fastest lap, and by the end of lap 7 you can see our gap is quite significant. It's time to pit though, as Jeff alludes to. Noting of course the cars behind are on mediums, so they might be trying a one-stop, which of course means we're going to have to push really hard and catch up an entire pit stop in the next stints. So we peel off now, try and take it as close as possible to these walls, pushing all the way to the entrance. In fact, definitely underneath the speed limit. Onto the medium we go, and the first car we have to pass is Danny, who's I think received damage early in that race, unfortunately for her, otherwise she would probably be on course for a podium. More fastest laps as we catch up to the guys who have yet to pit. That includes Excalibur in the Red Bull. Massive amounts more grip than him at the moment on this fresh tyre set, and he either gets out of the way there or gets a big tank slapper. Can't be entirely sure either way, but we are at the 4th position behind the Mercedes of Cena, and you can see the grip advantage we have on him as well, as Waffles retires from the race. Unfortunate for him, he was looking pretty strong at one stage. We have a look down the inside here on Cena, not quite far enough up though, so we have to take evasive action almost there, as he leaves enough room, but I almost went a bit too deep for not making the move. We're all over him in this last sector, but there's nothing we can do to overtake at all in this part of the track. We'll try it with DRS coming out of this last corner. We should definitely be close enough. It's just a question now of whether our Rich and our wing set will get us past him. Yep, easily does it. We sweep through and take P3. Just 2 targets left. You can see web form just up the road at turn 3. Both of them pit around 14 and 15, and we follow them in several laps later, lap 20, to go to the end on another set of mediums. Web form actually was behind us at this stage, so it would just be Danny that we were after, as HSV peels off into the pits to make his final pit stop. Thankfully for us, he slowed Danny down a little bit, and this will be the battle for the net lead. Danny on hards, of course. Minor wear on the engine, would that be enough to stop us getting past with DRS? It looks like we're getting a good slipstream, and we should be able to make this move fairly easily into turn 1. Yep, pulled it off quite nicely, and now we have the lead. It's just a question of keeping the tyres together and not allowing Danny back past. As you can see, that was a key lap there, getting outside of the DRS zone from Danny, and it would be the fastest lap at the time, really pushing hard in this race the entire way. We'd follow that up the next lap with another fastest lap, and again. However, Excalibur would steal that from us by the smallest amount. We'd try and get back the fastest lap. Look how close we got. But unfortunately, that would not be the case. No triple for us this time. Excalibur taking that fastest lap in the end. But we will take the 25 points and a 4th win in a row, finally breaking our duck at Spain, Catalunya, one of the 5 tracks I'm yet to win at in this series. Now it's conquered. Danny would take 2nd and HSV back up to 3rd after his early woes. See you guys next time, the traditional race in the streets of Monaco.